Alright, yo, what is going on, guys? Snapback here. Hope you're having a good one. I'm feeling good. Hope you're feeling good. Y'all know the vibes, man. Y'all know the vibes. And I made a video about Rockstar making yet another delay for GTA 6, which is heartbreaking to hear. Yes, I know. But like I said in that video, there's a lot riding on this game. For the most part, a lot of the people who created Rockstar have left the company, which I didn't know up until recently, which really sucks because, you know, the guys that made San Andreas, Vice City, GTA 3, 4, 5, Red Dead 1 and 2, like the people that wrote those games are no longer with the company. I'm pretty sure they still have like stocks and stuff invested with the company, but as far as like creative wise, they're no longer like a part of that team or division. And so I think that's why they've been taking such a long time to release the game, because they have such big shoes to fill. And the pressure is real because for over 10 years, gamers have been waiting, dreaming, fantasizing about GTA 6. And when it's finally here, we won't know how to act or react until we get our hands on it. We only pray to the GTA gods it's the greatest GTA yet, which I believe it will be. They had a ridiculous budget for the game, a small loan of $2 billion, which is pretty crazy, but that's including to make the game, advertisement, paying the voice actors. It covers a lot. So, there's not just making the game itself, but that also means that there's a lot of potential for the game as well. And being a big GTA fan, here's my list of the 30 things I want to see in GTA 6. And starting off at number 1, we have glowing money and weapons. Now, a lot of kids were lucky and had a mom or dad that really didn't care what their kids played, despite the M rating on the game. I was one of those lucky ones that wasn't able to play M-rated games till I was in high school. Yes, bro. Cry for me. And because I wasn't able to play M-rated games, caused a rebellion in me to go against my parents' wishes. And when I was younger, I was a bad kid. Don't get me wrong, I was good, I was respectful and stuff, but if I seen something, I wanted it. I'd take it. No questions asked. And I'm pretty sure I'm the reason they locked games up now in cases. Anyway, I seen a copy of GTA 4 one day and with all the DLC, and I told myself I had to have it. I needed it. It was mine. And I remember booting up the game that night and playing till the sun came up the next day. And this was way back when I didn't have a room. Well, I did, but I didn't have like a door. You know what I mean? It was just kind of open. Anybody could just walk in there. And it was right next to the bathroom, so that was even better. But one thing I loved about GTA 4 was seeing the money and the glowing weapons. It was such a small detail, but it's been in every GTA except GTA 5, which really sucked. So I'm hoping that it makes its return in GTA 6. And then next up we have on the list, we have the underground weapon shops from GTA 4. Having Nico walk up to the gun and examine it was such a cool detail in GTA 4. It sucks we didn't have the feature again in GTA 5, but I think adding places like this where they kind of hidden and they make it feel more realistic, as we've seen in the second trailer, there's going to be ammunitions, kind of how it was in Vice City, but since they plan on making more buildings you can go inside of, like, interact with, I think adding secret gun shops around the city would be so freaking cool. It'll make the game 10 times better, for real, bro. Being able to examine them and customize them more would be phenomenal, bro, and we'll get more into customization later. But just like how we have in GTA Online, there's a guy with a van and you can buy things from him at a cheaper price than you would if you went to the gun store. Or maybe you can only get certain items from a certain shop, you know what I mean? Like, we can go to a regular gun shop for standard weapons, or maybe if you want to get like certain items from a certain shop, you know what I mean? Like, you can go to a regular gun shop for your standard weapons and stuff like that, your regular arsenal of weapons. And then if you want like different class of weapons like explosives or like just different things you want, then you'd have to visit your arms dealer on the wrong side of town. I feel like that would make the game more dynamic, you know what I mean? Being able to choose from different arm dealers, different weapon classes and types, it would add to the game. Another thing I'd like to see make its return is the food shops as well. Now I'm talking buildings we can go into where you can sit down, have a nice meal, or street vendors when we're out and about on our crime spree in need of some calories. You know what I mean? Bringing back the street vendors would be such a nice addition, especially if they're going to make it anything like Red Dead 2 story mode where we had to eat and drink to keep our character alive. And then next up we have keeping/changing weapons with your car. Now, This was kind of introduced in Red Dead 2 as well, where Arthur or John, you go up to your horse and you're able to like saddle some of your weapons. So like if you didn't want to take in your shotgun or your bow and arrow, you're able to store it on your horse. Kind of like the same concept there, except it being a horse, it'll just be your car. You know what I mean? And then you can just walk up to the trunk, open that bad boy up, pull out the Uzis, the double Uzis. Crazy, do some stupid shit. And then next up we have vehicle deformation, which was actually a really nice feature in GTA 4, but they kind of like went backwards in GTA 5. Like I'll probably have a picture on screen of the difference, but the difference was like night and day, bro. And I'm really hoping that they can have the same mechanics that they had, a lot of the same mechanics that they had in GTA 4, make a return in GTA 6, because GTA 4 honestly needs a good remaster, because GTA 4 was just prime GTA. You know what I mean? It was just the GOAT in my eyes. But next up we have destructive environments as well. So like when we hit a pole or if we hit fire hydrant, I know this kind of happens already, but just more destruction. Like, you know, we hit a building, maybe we you know, since they're going to be more interactable buildings, maybe if we run our car into the front, you know, we can break the fucking building down a little bit more, you know, make it feel like we're able to, like, even making that a mission. Like even when you're just chilling, you're like, fuck, I'm gonna go rob this place, and you just ram your car into there, makes a whole big ass hole, and then you just get out your car, give me the money, you know. I think that would be really cool. Next up we have fast travel. Now if they're going to make this game extremely big, which they are going to, it's going to be a huge freaking map, bro, if you haven't seen it already. Fast travel is a necessity, bro. Do you hear me? It is a necessity. We need this. If we do not have this, what is Rockstar doing, bro? Because it was in Red Dead 2, I think it was in Red Dead 1, and it wasn't like GTA 5, but you know, it was like only in story mode. I'm talking about online, offline, mid-game, whenever I want to fast travel, I want to be able to fast travel. You know what I mean? Please, Rockstar, please make that a thing. Next up we have dual wielding weapons, and they already have this introduction into like Red Dead 2, and that's why I kind of made this video saying like GTA 6 needs to be like Red Dead 2, because Red Dead 2 was just phenomenal, bro. It's such a great game. I've played that game at least 3 or 4 times back to back. Not like back to back, but I've played it of quite a bit. Okay, it's one of my favorite games. All right, but dual wielding weapons in that game was really cool. I think I have that on here as well, where you're able to point the gun up. I want that to return. You're able to take your gun out, point it up, put it back in your holster, or put it away. You know what I mean? I think that would be phenomenal. That would be such a, you know, nod to Red Dead 2 system. Oh, that would be amazing. But I would love to see dual wield weapons in the game. That would be awesome, especially with those other little features that I mentioned as well. Better move mechanics. I know like in GTA 4 the move mechanics were a little bit better, like the ragdoll physics were a little better, whereas in like GTA 5 kind of went backwards as well with that. And like honestly, I don't need like full-on Assassin's Creed parkour, but like a little bit better movement around obstacles or objects that are in our way, I think would be a little bit natural. You know what I mean? Just make it more natural for us, because the other one was just a little bit rough. You know what I mean? But next up we have a better stealth system. Now it has been, I don't know if it's been confirmed. It might have been already. I could be wrong though, but it has been like somewhat confirmed, we'll just say that we're going to be able to prone in GTA 6, which is going to be mind-blowing. I cannot wait for that. That's going to be so cool. It's also going to be annoying as fuck with the griefing online, like just trolling and shit. That's going to be annoying, but it's going to be a nice feature for story mode for sure, so that'll be pretty cool. Oh yeah, just like, I don't know, like how they have in Red Dead 2, where you're able to pick up the body, move the body over, move it somewhere else, being able to like pickpocket them. That would be such a good feature for it. You know, just better stealth than what we had in GTA 5, because just a little crouched over, you dig, was not working. Being able to move faster, I feel like having like different options, like when you're when you aim in and stuff, it's a little bit different too. That would be pretty cool. Next up, we have better fighting mechanics and styles. And this kind of goes hand in hand with another thing that I was going to talk about too. But better fighting mechanics and styles. So like being able to take up taekwondo or kung fu or boxing or MMA, you know, different type of styles. I want to be able to make my character like a black belt in kung fu, you know what I mean? I think that would be so cool. It'll add an element. It'd add even a different event for us to do, because we can do fights now, you know, if they end up doing that, which I think would be really cool. That would be pretty badass. But yeah, I would like to see some different fighting mechanics, some different fighting styles we can choose from, and like stats, like how we have the stats in San Andreas and kind of like GTA 5, where like as we keep doing something, we increase our, you know, our pistol accuracy or whatever have you, for like the continuous of building that certain stat. So I'd like to see stats make a return. That would be pretty nice. Next up, we have more strip clubs. Ladies, I'm sorry, okay? I am a man, and sometimes I just want to see the jingle jangle wangle wangle, okay? I don't even know what that means, but it's just what I want, okay? It's what I want. I just want a nice, thick Latina mommy to ruin my life. That's all. That's all. But anyway, like in GTA 5, there was just the one, and it was kind of like the same decor in each. I think there was 3. Was there 3? I can't remember if there was 3 or just one strip club. I just remember it having the same decor, and, you know, never changed. Didn't really have much, you know, same dancers. They were mid. But, you know, I would like to see a variety, you know, since it's going to be a lot bigger, you know, we're going to obviously gonna have different counties and stuff. So I think having more variety would be pretty nice. Just saying. Ladies, I'm just saying. Next up, we have our cheats. And cheats are a really big thing in GTA. They've carried over for like ever, so I'm really hoping that they don't give up on those. Make them fun, make them goofy. I like how they had it in GTA 4. You were able to type out or make a call and keep them on your phone like that. I think that was really cool. I really hope they bring that type of system back, because, you know, we're going to be using our technology, our phones a lot, so that would make a lot more sense. But I would love to see cheats make it back in the game. You know, like I said, just make them fun, make them stupid. I want to be able to change the weather, you know, spawn vehicles and stuff like that. So I'm really hoping they still keep that in the game. Next up, we have the ragdoll physics, like I mentioned earlier. I kind of want that to be for everybody, you know what I mean? Not just for our character, because the ragdoll physics in GTA 4 were just hilarious, bro. They were awesome. I don't know why they didn't include it in GTA 5. They had like a different system, but I think that system was the GOAT. It was really funny. But yeah, hopefully the ragdoll system makes a return in GTA 6. And next up, we have the Easter eggs. The Easter eggs are another big thing in GTA. You know, being like the aliens and the what do you call it? Like the weird, the freaks and stuff. Just the funny Easter eggs that they always include, and the really unique ones, like the ones with the ghost. I think there was a jump scare one as well. Like, there's been so many cool ones. I just really hope that they continue to have that in the game as well. You know what I mean? Don't stop GTA from being GTA, you know? Next up we have is single player DLC. Now, I know we didn't get any single player DLC for GTA 5, which was a really big bummer, because I think they did have plans to have that come into the, like, fruition. Yeah, I think I said that right, fruition. You know, things ended up not working out. They ended up just scrapping it or putting it in the online portion of GTA, which you know, players still got to see it, you know, just not in the story mode, which kind of sucked. But having single player DLC solely just for the single player, I think would be a really nice addition, just for the single fact that, you know, everybody's not going to play GTA Online, even though that's what they want, you know, that's their main goal, their main focus. But, you know, not everybody's going to do it. So I feel like if they please both audiences, they can win drastically, bro, because people want to pay. Don't get me wrong, people will pay for cool shit, cool content, if they feel like it's worth it to them. You know, just don't make it too expensive. Don't overprice it for something that's literally like an hour or two long of extensions or whatever have you. Make it reasonable, you know what I mean? As long as they do that, they won't upset people. And that's the main focus. You want to try not to upset your fans, because the more you upset them, the more they're likely to leave and not continue to play the game. And that's what you don't want. But next up we have still be like GTA, make fun of everything, making fun of America, you know, people's sexualities, races, all of that good stuff. Everything that makes GTA, I want it to be like GTA. You know what I mean? Yes, at the end of the day, we're all human. We all have feelings and stuff like that, but who cares? We're here just to have a good time, bro. Like, you shouldn't care what anybody else thinks anyway. You're here to enjoy your life, and what matters to you, nobody else. So live your life, bro. Live your life. Next up we have more city, less map, and this was a very, very big problem in GTA 5 because there's a lot of mountains. You know, there's a lot of like areas to climb and stuff like that, and yeah, there's a lot of city space, but not enough of it. You know what I mean? Like I said, just the mountains took up a lot of the portion of the map, and that's what people are really upset about. I mean, we have the desert part where it's kind of like a little bit more open, a little bit more versatile in the like roadways, I guess you could say. Have a lot more areas you can jump and shit, which is pretty cool. I think more city, less map would be a really nice addition, especially if they want to. I think the plan is like 70% of the game is going to be able to enterable. I could be wrong. I most definitely could be wrong, but you never know, bro. You never know. We can just hope for the best, honestly. Next up we have being able to pull up. Oh yeah, like I said earlier, being able to pull out and put your gun away and shoot it in the air. I think that'd be a really nice feature. The same thing with the mask. Like if we have a mask on, I want to be able to quickly put it up or take it down. I think that those features in Red Dead 2 are just goated, bro. It's awesome. Next up we have the 6-star wanted level, and I know everybody's been wanting this for like a minute. I don't think it was it in GTA 4? It might have been in GTA 4. I could be wrong, but I know it wasn't in GTA 5, and that was a really big bummer. But it would be nice to have, like, you know, different areas you get, or different levels you get the certain cops. You know, like you get your county, just your regular you know, cops on the day-to-day job, and you got your sheriffs, then you got your SWAT, then you got your fucking, what's next? No, army, and then you got fucking, I know there's another level after that, but you know, just like different levels for each one would be really nice. Or like even in different areas, like I said, each level is a little bit different in that area. That would be really cool. Add a lot more versatility to the game, because then you have to like watch out for like all these different things, you know. Next up we have the gym and stats. Like I said, being able to have like the stats in San Andreas was really cool. Going to the gym in that game was really cool, pumping out, showing that CJ was getting buff, or if you ate a lot, you know, you get fat. That was really cool. I really hope that they bring that back into the game, where it's like, because I know over time, like when you cut your hair, it's gonna work the same as in Red Dead 2, where over time it's gonna grow back naturally, and then you have to cut it again, which I thought was really, really cool in Red Dead 2. I know a lot of people kind of got annoyed by it, but you know, it is what it is. Next up we have being able to change your car. Now this hits very, very personal to me. I really, really want this to be a thing. At the end of the game, you in GTA 5, you can't change your car. You have all this money. You can buy a parking garage. You can store those cars in that parking garage. But after you take that car out, after you just modified it and all this other crap, if you crash that car, if you just quit the game and, you know, didn't save or put it back in the, or yeah, if you just quit the game and you didn't put the car back in the garage, lost forever, gone. It doesn't matter how many millions you spent on it, it's gone. So I think like how they had in GTA Online, where you were able to buy the parking garages, and then you were able to, you know, buy the license for them, and then being able to change out which car you wanted. That would be chef's kiss, you know what I mean? That would be absolutely mind-blowing to have in GTA, because, you know, as we grow up the ladder, we want to have a nicer car, we want to have a better car, and we can always store, you know, other vehicles and stuff like that, but we can't ever make it our main vehicle. Why is that? You know, I've always questioned that in GTA, so I'm really hoping that in GTA 6 that is something that they implement and make into the game. Next up we have being able to change your house. That is another thing too that I've always wanted, you know, because the same thing at the end of the game, you can buy all these properties and do these businesses or do these business deals and stuff like that to get extra money, but you can't really do much after that. Like, you're just stuck with what you have. And don't get me wrong, it's nice, it's whatever, but it'd be really nice if we're able to, you know, go out on the market, fish out a different house that we like, or, you know, if it's something that's closer to the clothing store that we really like or something like that, you know what I mean? Just convenience for the player on like where they would want to be on in the map, you know what I mean? Just being able to choose where we want to start from the game. I think that'd be pretty cool. Next up, we have mansions, and this is something that a lot of people have been wanting for quite some time. Even in GTA Online, like they've been wanting this forever, bro, forever. And it would be really nice if we were able to customize it to our liking as well. Like I would really want to have a mansion where I could go outside and I have a pool, and then right next to that pool or a little bit further by it, you know, I have like a bunker or where I can go underneath, and I have like a gun shed and all this other crap, a gun range. I think that would be so freaking cool. Just being able to customize our house in general, like how we're able to on GTA Online, like with our businesses, like our what are they called? God, I haven't played that in such a long time. Like the auto shop, how we're able to change up the auto shop's graphics and the flooring and stuff like that. I think being able to change up some of the trim or like, you know, the design of it, because, you know, they give you a couple design options and they're okay, but it'd be nice if they were a little bit better or a little bit more unique, or if we were able to, like, you know, customize it to our liking, you know, really giving us that customizable free range option. I think that'd be really nice. Next up, we have buying businesses and running them like how you can in GTA Online. Like at the end of story mode, you kind of have those businesses that you can buy, like I said, that'll keep you having income coming in, but it's not like you're doing anything crazy. You're not doing any missions like that, or, you know, it's just basic stuff just to get some extra money. And it's not really like thrill seeking or super exciting to do or get done. It just feels like a chore, you know. And I think like how they have some of the businesses, that's how they should implement into the story, you know what I mean? That way we can run or like kind of choose how we want our story to be, you know. We're able to, like, okay, in the middle of the game we decide to open up auto shop so we can start, or a body shop that we can take from other used cars that we steal or something like that, or that we steal from people who haven't paid their bills, or, you know, whatever the case may be. Kind of like how the chop shop works, or the salvage yard business works, you know what I mean? It's been such a long time since I played the game, you guys, I'm sorry. You know, just something like that where we're able to just keep it going and having something different each time, you know what I mean? Instead of it always being picking up with a tow truck, we have to go to a certain location and like try and scope out where the car is at, you know. Just different ways, different things. I know they've done this many different ways and different attempts with GTA Online, but, you know, just make it a little exciting, you know, with action, because that's what we want. But next up we have make it the ultimate drug simulator, you know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to put the drugs in my trunk. I want to drive my car to the dealer. I want to shake the dealer's hand. I want him to give me the money, and I want to exchange the drugs for that money. Do you understand? Do you get me, Rockstar? I don't think you quite get me, Rockstar, because this is what I want. I want to be the ultimate drug kingpin in GTA 6, okay? Alright, sorry, I got a little excited there. But I think making it really hands-on would be phenomenal, bro. Like how they kind of have it in GTA 5 Online already. You know, you do the Cluck and Bell chicken heist, that one, where you take out the guards and then you kind of just sneak around dealing the cocaine in the bag, and, you know, doing that, putting it in the vehicle, I feel like would add an element of like, oh my god, I'm doing this, like, oh my god, I'm gonna be stealing some drugs, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's gonna be exciting in that way, you know, or even whatever it is, even if it's not, you know, the white girl or that booger sugar. It could be something else, you know, that Mary Jane from Spider-Man, you know. But yeah, just making it like the ultimate drug kingpin simulator. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I want. That's what Big Papa wants. Okay. But next up we have gangs and the gang warfare / takeovers. Now, this was a really big thing in San Andreas. Like, it was so ahead of their time. San Andreas was such a great game. It was so ahead of their time. And it really sucks that we didn't get a true remaster of that game like we should have. Rockstar, please, bro, you still have time. You can still do it. You can still do it. But I think having the gang warfare takeovers again would be so freaking dope, man, especially in this game, because it's gonna be so big, and being able to own territory would be, oh, it'd be heaven. It'd be absolutely phenomenal, bro. Please, Rockstar, I'm hoping that it's in the game. Hoping, bro, please. Next up we have the mini games. Now a lot of people want to see bowling come back from GTA 4. I'm a big fan on that. I would like to see bowling come back. I know they're going to be bringing possibly surfing, because the water mechanics and stuff like that. I think that'd be pretty cool. I would like to see the bikes still be in the game. Another form of transportation. Even like transportation, we can do that next. We'll do that next. But just seeing, the darts, I think it was in GTA 4 as well. What other mini games did they have? Pool. I would like to see pool make a return. Just all the mini games that they could think of that we can interact and do with the world would be phenomenal. Like if they have a little fair, have us interact with damn near every thing at the fair. You know what I mean? That would be freaking awesome. Because I think they're going to be adding Disneyland, because Disneyland is in Orlando, Florida. So that would be pretty freaking cool, bro, if we could just like go to a place like it's like a parody of it. That would be badass. That'd be so hilarious. Rockstar, please, because I know I've heard some rumors and some leaks of it, but you never know. You never know until we get the game. But mini games would be such a really nice addition. I mean, they're obviously gonna have them, but it's just the variety of what we don't know. Fantastic if we could just have a big ass variety. You know what I mean? I'm just talking at this point. Customization needs to be top tier. I'm talking clothes, masks, jewelry, guns, a whole freaking 9. The shoelaces on my freaking shoe, bro. Okay, I want to choose the color. That's the type of customization I'm looking for. Okay, this 5 was okay. It's mediocre. Like they kind of just bombarded us with a bunch of different options. Didn't really care if they were like good or not. Some of them were, some of them weren't. You know what I mean? So I'm really hoping that they really focus in on the customization in this game. Now, car wise, I'm not talking about like some Forza type shit. Like I seen some dude talking about being able to change how heavy his wheels are, or how changing some shit on the engine. I'm like, bro, look, you're asking for a lot here. Okay, people don't want to do all that crap. Okay, they're not going to invest that much time in it. Okay, well they might actually. I could be second guessing, but if they make the car system like that, I will not be a big fan of it. You know what I mean? I think just keeping it simple, being able to customize it how you want to. Yes, I agree with that. If you don't like the exhaust how it is, change it out to something different. Even the lights, the bumper, all that good stuff. The customization be top tier, kind of like how Saints Row is. Like Saints Row, I gotta give them, bro. The customizations for that game, for those games I should say, are top tier. Like they definitely did their research, and they know what their audience wants. Definitely with the cars, being able to change a majority of the stuff, or even however we want, would be really nice. Especially with like the masks and clothing items, like how they have it in Saints Row. Like I said, they have different categories. So like decal 1 or color 1, color 2, color 3. Color 1 changes, like let's say base color of my shirt, like let's say it changes to like a red, and then color 2 would be this part, and then the other one would be the lettering. You know what I mean? Having that type of customization would be, I just came. What? Just thinking about it, it's phenomenal. It would be absolutely phenomenal, bro, if we had that type of level of customization. The same thing with the mask. Like having the option to just customize it how we want, what color, what we put on it, it would be amazing. I would like to see either Ray Liotta did the voice acting for the guy that did Vice City, or our main character for Vice City. Unfortunately, he passed away like about a year ago, maybe 2. But we won't be able to see him or have like a cameo from him, at least voice acting wise. But it would be nice to see like, some of the old characters make the return, even if it's just like a small part, even if it's just like a small little note or detail, kind of like how we have with speculating with Michael's boat. How do we think Jason's boat is actually Michael's boat? So Just one last thing I would like to see them implement into the game is just hidden Easter eggs about older characters and like what they're doing now. You know what I mean? Like even seeing either CJ or one of our older characters. Like I would like to see where Nico's doing, where Nico's at, and stuff like that. But hopefully they make their return or they just tell us what's going on. Last but not least, it just needs to be a lot like Red Dead 2, because if it's anything like Red Dead 2 story mode, we are in for a treat, guys. I've said this before. It is not gonna matter how long we wait for this game. If it comes out within a year after that, 2-3 years later from that, I might be a little concerned because it's pushing 2030. But if we wait that long and it is damn near identical to Red Dead 2 and how that game plays and how that game functions and a lot of the stuff, in modern day, it's a masterpiece, bro. We couldn't have asked for anything better. You know what I mean? It's just, there's a lot riding on this game. Like I've said many, many times, there's just so much pressure on this game. There's so many things that people want, so many expectations, so many, is it aspirations? I'm not sure if that's the word I'm looking for, but, it's just something that's very, very heavily regarded, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, as something special. Like whenever a GTA releases, bro, it's something great, because each one was a banger. They had their pros and their cons, but with each release, it just kept getting better and better. So we're hoping with this one, GTA 6, it is the greatest GTA that they will have released to date. And we already know that when they release it, it's gonna break numbers, it's gonna break records. People have been waiting for this game for over 10 plus years. People who were in college are damn near married and have kids, and are still waiting on this game to drop. They were in their teens. I was a freshman in high school when GTA 5 dropped. I am currently 24. I'll be 25 this year. And I won't be able to play GTA 6 till I'm like 26, damn near, almost. Or yeah, I'll be 25 at that point, almost to 26. But it's pretty crazy to think about. Like, it's already been 13 years for me at that point. If I do turn 26 and the game still isn't released, it would have been 13 years, or maybe 14. I'm bad with math, guys. I'm sorry. But it's just crazy to think about how long this game has been in production. It's gonna be something, bro. I'm telling you right now, it's gonna turn heads. It's gonna break the world. Everything is just gonna stop. The world will stand still for 1 second. I promise you, bro. But anyways, guys, that is my list of the 30 things that I would like to see make its return or changes in GTA 6. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. Do you guys agree with me? What are some of the things that you guys want to see? I'll be commenting, responding as much as I can. But let me know down in the comments what you guys think. And if you guys did stay all the way to the end, I appreciate you so very much. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your love and support. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.